There goes the kids, headed off to school. School bus is gone. I am gonna get this truck started up and warmed up. It is cold. Oh man, it's cold this morning. And we're gonna haul some cattle off to Fallon to the livestock market up there. Get some of these steers out of here. Pay some bills, let's go. All right, there's that new Western Star truck. We're gonna get a few things straightened out. Needs a few tires, check a few other things, and then maybe the next time around we won't be bumming Grandpa's fancy truck. Hopefully have something we can haul something with before too long. All right, here's a look at the ones going on the boat today. They're all fat and happy, ready to get loaded and head out. Today's the big trip, guys. Hey, don't bother them. Collie, stay out of there. Good dogs. Oh, it's cold. All right, Grandpa and Grandma sent Rio a little gift in the back of this cattle truck. Now we got to get it unloaded before we can load cattle. They dug up some little trees from their yard, put them in that feed tub and sent them out so Rio can plant them around, try to get some more shade for the dogs and things. So we got the skid steer warming up right there. Luckily it started. Sometimes things don't like to start when it's this cold. So we'll let it warm up a second. We'll lift the trees out, build some air, and get back into the loading chute there. Quinn, what are you doing? I don't know if you're supposed to be eating that stuff. Rolling in the mud. It has been wet around here. We had a wet week. Everybody's muddy. Turned these horses out here to get their feet out on some good, clean, dry ground. Long trip today, about 6 hours. I packed me some snacks. I downloaded audiobooks onto the phone so I can plug it in and listen to it on the way. I even packed my little soft cushy shoes so I can get my mucky boots off once we get loaded and just have a nice relaxing drive, listen to some books on tape, and hopefully it all goes well. Let's go. All right, we got a little problem. There's always something. We'll get it. We still got a little bit of time before the brand inspector gets here. So we can do this. Let's go. Okay, one try. Got it back on the bead there. Get it to take a little air and then go get it back into the chute. All right, the brand inspector that I told you is coming is also a saddle builder, saddle maker, tack repairman. So I'm gonna send my broken saddle with him if we can remember. We've forgotten about every time we've ever seen him, but Laura remembered. We're gonna send this saddle. Here is a saddle that has had the D-ring ripped out of the back of it. I know I have it. Oh yeah, right here. Look at that. I love it when something is still where I left it. Yeah, that was ripped out of there. I won that saddle with a 14-year-old kid that's the famous team roper, you know, that's been to the NFR heading and heeling, Quinn Kessler. My little buddy, back when he was my little buddy, we won those in Vernal, Utah. The week Rio was born.
Yeah.
How old is Rio now?
16 and a half.
Yeah, so Rio's 16 and a half years old. The week he was born, we left him and Mom at the house, and me and Quinn went to the roping and won this saddle, and now it's all tore up. I know Quinn's is more tore up than this, though. I saw it in his saddle shed several years ago, and it was already destroyed.
We'll see how many tries it takes him. He said, get sexy footage of me backing up the trailer. Lorenzo. It's cold. Oh my gosh.
It was colder this morning. It was like a breeze. Good.
Why does there have to be a wind when, like, a little breeze?
You want me to close that side up more? 2 notches or 1? Got an extra special helper. She's been behind the camera for just a second.
Do you have a pair of bogs?
Bogs?
Like insulated rubber boots?
No.
I'm getting you some. What size are you? You're a 12.
Who remembers the good old days a few years ago when we used to get up early in the morning, jump start and pull start 15 vehicles and pieces of equipment and park them along here so we could try to get these cattle through. This little addition of an alleyway sure did reduce some anxiety when it's time to load out cattle.
No, there is 2. So maybe there is 2. This is the one that was down here before. So
How long have you done leather work?
I started when I was in like junior high. I was doing it myself. I went to work for Gray and Val out of high school. 2 years. Well, I went. Dad paid him to teach me, and I got up on the saddle while I was there for 6 months.
Oh,
And then I
that's
went back to work for him after that.
Want to rest boots?
Alright, here we are, loaded up and rolling. It's a nice sunny day, roads are clear. You know, we've had a week of rain and snow and everything, but things have dried up. It was cold this morning. Darn sure cold this morning, but roads are clear and it's going good so far. We've got a 6-hour drive out here to Fallon, Nevada. The
The reason driving so far over here to sell these calves, with California receiving all of this rain, they're looking forward to having lots of grass here in a few weeks when things warm up and spring comes. So they'll be looking for lots of these feeder calves. They're going to put those out on grass, and they're going to make a bunch of money fattening these cattle up on cheap grass. So the calves are in demand right now. Supply and demand says these calves should be worth some decent money, so that's a good thing. Ranch payments coming up. I'm trying to get all this broke down equipment fixed and get ready for another year. Trying to make it through another year. Time flies. We've been here at this ranch for 3 years now. So for those of you who are a little bit new to the channel, I'll kind of catch you up to what our story is. Laura and I have our 9 kids, 1 girl and 8 boys, and we've been involved in my family's ranching over in Utah and a little bit into Nevada. We kind of run cattle right on the border. The cattle go in both states. We've been involved in that. Laura grew up in a ranching family in Florida. Her family's been running cattle in Florida for like 500 years. One of the first registered families in the United States got off a boat in St. Augustine, Florida. So we've been around cows a little bit. Everybody that's worked somebody else's cattle has always dreamed of owning their own ranch, having their own cattle. Being a cowboy is fun, and every cowboy thinks they want to own the cows. That kind of changes things. I'll talk about that later. But anyhow, about 3 years ago, we found out that a ranch here in Lincoln County, Nevada was for sale. So we kind of made a leap of faith and decided to borrow the money, come out here, uproot the kids from their school and their neighborhood where they had been their entire life. And so we did kind of a crazy thing and borrowed the money, bought this ranch, and came out here in the middle of a terrible drought. We kind of toughed that out, fed a lot of hay to a lot of cattle for a while, and now we've got some moisture. Things are turning around. We're starting to save some heifers, build up the number of cattle a little bit, and things are going good. The kids have done good. They have climatized to the new area, new school. They've got friends that are doing good in sports, church, everything. So really we're feeling good about things right now. Just trying to get the cows built back up. The ranch came with lots of cool equipment, but almost all old junk, I call it. So we spent a lot of time patching junk to be able to do the work that we do, but we're getting things kind of squared away. Had a big pipeline project that we've done to help eliminate some of the water hauling. A lot of the cattle drink water that's hauled to them. It's good for training truck drivers, but it's still good to go ahead and replace some of the hauling with some pipelines. So we've got some done and more pipeline projects planned. Anyway, we're doing good. We're headed out with this load, gonna sell these steers, get bills paid. I'll let you have a look at this right here. We're at Warm Springs Junction. We're gonna take a left here, go to Tonopah. Then I'm gonna take a shortcut. We're gonna go past Tonopah a ways to a place called Looning. Then we're gonna hang a right, go up through a small place called Gabbs, over to Middlegate, and then sneak in the back way to Fallon. So I'm kind of a hermit, and I always like to take the back roads if I can get away from them. I think that is a swimming pool right there. If anybody watching knows the story of Warm Springs, tell us about it. You can see some steam coming off of the water that's coming down those 2 ditches right there. Kind of interesting. Now on towards Tonopah. 49 miles to Tonopah. 161 to Bishop, California. Never been there, but I heard they got mules. Five-mile ranch. Family used to live down the road from where we did over in Utah. A few years ahead of us, they kind of did the same sort of thing. Come
here to the middle of nowhere. There it is. Leave a comment below if you've ever stayed at the Clown Motel.
I didn't get a very good video this time, but the other day we were here for a wrestling tournament that Rio had in Tonopah. We came down to the truck stop to get some fuel, and as we came by this trailer here, I told Mama there's a few things on this trailer that I need. You can see everything from an alien statue, horse, elk. There's all kinds of things on here we could have fun with.
Another rolling tour, this time of Tonopah, Nevada, courtesy of Big Brand Ranch Trucking. This is around the county line.
So here's a story you've heard before about the time I pulled into the sale barn. My phone, which I'm using for a camera, told me the storage was full, so I was unable to film the cattle unloading, but you didn't miss much. They came right off the truck and away we went. 6-hour drive back to the house. Got home around 10 o'clock at night. Call it a day. So that was a trip that went well, and glad it's over. Now, how about that slick looking cow truck right there?